broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. First carry for Leonard Fournette. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Patriots take over.
Their own 34-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Patriots.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. With the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's what
looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Now this throw complete to Washington. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on a pickup of 11 yards.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Fournette, a first down carry. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown.
For the extra point.
Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. First down, Mayfield. They'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Leonard Fournette.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
34-yard line.
Fournette running out of the gun.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards that time.
39-yard line.
This is Fournette. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Intended for
no coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Boswell on for the field goal. A 35-yard attempt.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. On 2nd and 10, Newton. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 45 on second down, Newton looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
From the gun, Mayfield. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
This is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Devin Asiasi there. 3rd down here.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he'd stand in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
11-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. John Simon that time coming through to make the play. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, Newton. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Devin Asiasi. His first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Patriots 14, Steelers 3.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
16 yards, a first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Newton. Got some room at the 30. And he will find his man on the outside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
On the play.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. How about the safety, Minka Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack. To try again after the sack. Newton is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Newton now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
He was covered by Steven Nelson.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A final shot before the break. Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Past the 20. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's get him.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Patriots
operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throw caught here by Bird. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That's tough there, starting to mount a good drive. Quarterback lets his guard down for just a moment, and it's going to bite him.
And I was just about to remark how controlled the game they were here in this 3rd quarter, but that return for 6 points, we now have a game again.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Number 27.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Throwing, Mayfield. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Fournette. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
That's good.
That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Leonard Fournette, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. They will run it. It's Fournette. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Patriots take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now they try the right side here. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. With no gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on a short field as they take it in for 6. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Patriots take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. From the gun, Newton. They'll find his tight end here, Asiasi. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards there, first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Newton. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the Steelers' 49-yard line.
20.
To the air again, Newton. And this is incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing again is Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Lets it go for Nelson. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are back within a score. Folk connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Mayfield on first down. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
42-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Nelson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now it's Newton. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. Second and 10. Now Newton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Again, it's Fournette, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11. Today's final score.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said.